Hi guys, are you there? I'm trying to have a look and, oh, I'm just coming on now. Okay. Hi guys, welcome to the channel of love. Say hi, let me know that you're there and that you can hear me. I can see your notifications just coming through now. So we will just wait for some people to say hi. How are you all? Hi. Let me know how you all are. Unable to connect to chat. What's going on, guys? Oh, hi. Okay, we've got somebody saying hi. Why is it not letting me connect to my chat? Well, that doesn't really matter because I can chat to you this way. Can you hear me? Okay, can you give me a thumbs up that you can hear me, guys? I can see some comments coming through. I'm getting nothing up there, but brilliant. Okay, loud and clear. That's good. How are you? How's the energy today? How are you all feeling? We hear ya. That's good then. I'm going to have to get to grips with this live chat. I didn't really know what I was doing, but it seemed to be pretty easy. I'm just not sure why I'm unable to connect to chat on my laptop. Let's have a look. Some deep darkness. There's most definitely that going around. Hi, Willow. All good that end. Chilly in your sitting room. Stick another log on the wood burner. Good for you, girl. What have you been baking today? Chocolate mousse, I think it was, when we had the colour cards come up. I think you said you've been cooking chocolate mousse. Shed in hell, I think. Yeah, let it all fall away. Okay. Do you want to talk about anything? Anyone got any questions? I can just pull some cards and we can just kind of go from there. Thank you. I'll understand that I'm your favourite reader. Thank you, Empathy. I do very much appreciate all your lovely, beautiful comments. I can't think of a nicer way to spend my time. I absolutely love doing this. And if it helps you guys, then happy days. Thank you. Should we pull a colour card? Let's pull a colour card. I'm going to see if we can kind of interact together, but I do want to get out a working week. So let's start with a colour card. I'm not sure what the lighting's like. Okay, that's not too bad. I can only just get to grips with this, let alone the lighting. What a year to find me. You do tend to find me on my channel. I don't tend to advertise myself. I do always believe that you will stumble or be guided towards my channel when the time's right. So you like to hear me talk soothing. I'm a lot more soothing when I'm solitude, when I'm with other people and in an energy like this where I can communicate. I can be a bit of a wild one. Queen Cup, Destiny, lovely lady. Absolutely lovely. She sent you too. Yeah, she sent a few of you my way. Give Lily a pet for you. Lily seems to be sitting in like kind of my chair, my recliner chair. There's Jasper who's eating at the moment, but I don't know why she's taken up to sleeping on that chair. But I shall say hi, Lily. She's zonked out. She is a cat that when she's asleep, she's asleep. You're going to vouch for my wild side. Hush now, Willow. Let's have a look. We've got Jade. Take action. Okay, guys, let's have a read. I'll come back to the chat in a minute. Hopefully I won't miss. You just happen to find me. Yeah, that seems to happen. Okay. 32, is it in here? Yes, it is. It's one of my favourite colours. When I got married, my bridesmaids wore jade dresses, although I would say it's a little bit more bluer than this. Just a tad, but jade, one of my favourite colours. Jade is the colour of serenity, tranquility, love and nurturing. It creates balance, harmony and self-sufficiency, releasing negativity from your mind and stimulating ideas, making what is complex seems simpler and doable. Jade is a cleansing colour. Allow jade to help you take action and make your life easier. That's exactly what I feel I'm doing. I don't know about you guys, but are you starting to kind of relax into this role of just allowing life to be easy for you? It really came in, I want to say, when we had the cosmic butterfly and then we had, was it riding the cosmic wave? And there was quite a difference between the masculines are now emerging and us feminines are now just learning just to ride this wave of love, to be in this peacefulness, the serenity. So the action is, whatever you have been putting off, just do it. Let go of any excuses and take action. Think of what you would love and surround yourself and desires with a jade light. Say, I can do this. It's easy. The universe supports my goals and dreams and manifests them into physical reality. That's just like me coming on here and just saying, I don't really know what I was doing, but I worked it out. It was kind of easy. And the list, we've been speaking about making that list. Who's done the list? I've got to put my hands up and say I haven't done the list yet, but it is most definitely like kind of playing on my mind. And I think the list was, write a list of things that you need to do, write a list of things that you've been putting off doing, and then write a list of things that you would love to do. So maybe we can focus on actually doing that list this week, me, myself, so take action. And it's about doing all those, hi. Just someone saying they were watching. I just thought I'd give them a little bit of a wave. I didn't actually get to read your message, but I could see it was, and I could see that you're watching. So hi. Okay, let's get on with our list that we need to be kind of cracking on with. There are lots of things to do. I have 2 seasons. We've got 2 seasons. That's kind of the message I've been given, is that in the summertime things are going to be extremely different for us. So it's not long, really, 6 months to get all your affairs in order. So there's lots to be done, lots that we've been putting off. But I feel that we're in this mentality now where we can just kind of, it's easy. We're not so stressed out by things that maybe used to frazzle us. Okay. Let's have a look. What's going on here? The deep green pine colour is my favourite. That's too funny. It's a nice colour, but they call it jade. I wouldn't have called it jade. I would have called it pine green. But hey. Hello. Hi. Tanzania. Oh, come on now with the pronunciations. Tanzania. Hello. Okay, let's have a look. Of course, yes, rewind, guys. If you join in now, you can always, I think you can actually start watching from the beginning on a live, I believe. Otherwise, you'll just have to wait for it to be uploaded. Okay. We've got you from everywhere here. California, Chicago. Hi, everyone. I hope it's a good enough time for you guys. It's 10 minutes past 6 nearly here. Nearly, but it's 9 minutes past 6 in the UK in the evening. Okay, so we've got take action. Let's pull another card. I want to try and keep my my table tidy. Let's put an affirmator. I was going to put one of these on the Facebook group page today, but when I remembered, I spent most of my day actually on the phone. When I remembered, I thought we'll just pull one. Strength, it's a bonus card. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic properties. It doesn't even say properties. Why would I say that? Proportions. You are hereby declared a strong, resilient warrior of heroic proportions. Enjoy your battles, whatever they are, because you're guaranteed to come through them stronger, brighter, and more compassionate. And based on what I know of mythology, probably with great hair and a six-pack. Look at this warrior spirit coming in with the take action. I said about how overcoming, they're not really challenges anymore. Sometimes you kind of welcome them. You kind of put yourself up for maybe a bit of excitement, something to take on. So that's awesome. I think that we've got the strength card here. That really is just shouting out the divine masculine, divine feminine there combined. The balancing of the energies. I've noticed that temperance has been coming out a lot, and that's one of the cards we want to kind of keep seeing, because temperance is the reconciliation of the divine masculine, divine feminine energy that takes place first before you get to walk up that path and claim that crown. Ultimate potential. I choose to live a life of my fullest potential. I trust that this will draw me towards experiences and people that support my growth and accomplishment. Tuning into this frequency, I now reach higher heights than I ever thought possible. Knowing that's an option, why would I have ever tuned into anything else? I'm looking at you, smooth jazz and talk radio. We're tapping into our ultimate potential now. And like, I feel it's just kind of like easy peasy, really, to handle things. You kind of feel, why didn't I do this before? But it's all part of the journey, isn't it? It's kind of, things don't just bother. They just don't bother you like they used to. Takes a lot to get rattled. What's going on this end? Hi from Boston. South Africa, hi, welcome. I'm really pleased this time's good for you in Seattle. Hello from France. Okay, we've got New York. Hey, first live with you. Hey, first live. Welcome. First live for me. Yeah, you're absolutely right. We are learning to stay in the vortex. Faith, fast forward, forwards, manifestation. Do you know, that's what I've been speaking a lot about, is that if you're still worrying, it's just really declaring that you have no faith in divine at all, that they know what they're doing. And it is about standing in the vortex. If anyone does study Abraham Hicks, that's fantastic to, instead of maybe listening to tarot readings, why not try doing some actual personal development? So Dr. Wayne Dyer, Abraham Hicks, you'll see the link between the connection of the divine masculine, divine feminine, and with any kind of spiritual teachers that are speaking. Yeah, I like going with the flow. It's really nice. I just don't seem to worry about too much anymore. It's just pointless. And you kind of get to this point of your personal development where you kind of take a step back and you can watch others that are maybe struggling. And instead of getting frustrated with them or wanting to kind of pressurize them through their growth, you can kind of sit back, observe their behavior, and just say, I know exactly what's going on. You kind of recognize the part of the ascension journey that they're going through, and you really understand that there's no one really that can help them. And by you lowering your vibration, that most definitely isn't going to help either. So it is like being in the middle of like the hamster wheel, watching everyone else go around, but you just seem to be like very calm in the center. So I think it's a really good space to be at. Detachment, yeah, most definitely, to kind of everything. You just understand that it's all in order. It's all in divine timing. Yeah, that's what I want to kind of, I do want this to be kind of a place of hope, and especially as I do like to work on our positivity, and, we're only going to manifest really. I don't even want to say what we think. I want to say we really manifest what we feel. what we feel. Some people can say that they're all right about certain situations, and there's lots of healing that needs to take place. And it's really about getting to how you feel about a situation. You dance. I dance as well all the time. I love dancing. I'm going to have a massive dance floor one day in my big awesome house that I'm going to build. So I already have like goal boards. Do you guys work on goal boards? Okay. If you notice with a goal board, just do it for fun. Okay. Just allow your imagination to run wild, and just, if you could experience or have or live any way that you desire, then get cutting out some pictures, get some magazines, get some paper, and write down what you want to experience and achieve in this lifetime, and just do it for fun. Just do it for fun. And then you'll find, if that goes away, you can pop it up on a wall. Okay, don't ask how it's going to come, but that's what you want to experience. You know what you want to experience. With many goal boards, I have to get some out actually and show you, and I've achieved so much on them. But what kind of happens is, instead of you just focusing on the goal boards, they kind of tend to go away, and you realise that later on you've manifested these things into your life. So the power of goal setting, and just do it for a fun experiment. Most people don't want to do that because they don't really like to dream, because they don't think that that would even be possible for them. So okay. I think this year has been such a tower for all of us. I'm not even sure where this year's gone, to be honest. So I'm very much looking forward to 2020. I'm very much looking forward to being on here doing readings, telling you that maybe we're going to be taking over like governments and like proper mission work, when we're actually like at that place of being emotionally balanced, so that we can be of real help to our world. I'm looking forward to that time when we can really be working on, as a collective, what we're doing energetically for our world. But first we need to sort us out. I love dreaming as well. Yeah, the new decade is. Yeah, we are wrapping up a decade. So the new decade is going to be awesome. Peace is on its way. I feel peace is here. Peace within for myself is most definitely here. But yes, it is. It's worldwide. It's going to spread. It's going to spread. Okay. Let me pull a Angels of Light cards. See what message wants to come out. Yeah, you're right. You know, not always do things go as we think that they will. And that can even be with the readings. But at least you do feel better. And that's what it's about. It's not so much about, you know, solving the situation. Okay, you've got to kind of solve why it's affecting you in a certain way. So, yeah, things don't always go our way. And I believe that's because Divine has a better plan for us. That's what keeps me positive. Divine knows what it's doing. Hi, Autumn. You're late, sweetie, but you're here. You're not late. It's all in divine timing. You can always go back and watch. Okay, let's see what card wants to come out. Opportunity. We are all presented with opportunities and are expected to flow with the currents that come our way. Drawing this angel card suggests that something is now being made available to you, and it is up to you to use it to your greatest advantage. Be alert, be aware, and be prepared. You can, of course, make your own opportunities. If you knock on enough doors, one will inevitably be opened up to you. So you are also reminded to persevere, for it may be that a door which was previously locked has now been opened a crack. Quieten your mind and ask the angels to help you. Affirmation, I am ready for all opportunities. I was thinking about this during the week, actually, because I've got quite a lot of experience regarding building businesses, businesses from home. So I'm quite clued up on self-advertisement, okay, how to put yourself out there. And there's been a couple of people actually this week that have told me nothing really to do with the divine masculine, divine feminine love connection, but they came forth really saying that, you know, they were kind of work was suffering. And I kind of said, maybe it's a change for a career. And I think that kind of scared them. First of all, I said, oh, you're going to have to get out there and, you know, get promoting. And the answer is kind of like, if needs must. It's like, okay. So I was thinking about this. I said I was taking the weekend off, but I seem to have got totally sidetracked with my business plans. I'm just trusting that maybe now's not the time I'm meant to be working on that. But it was about, you know, self-promoting, kind of getting down some kind of structure on what I'm wanting to do, how I'm wanting to spend my time, and how I'm going to be distributing that time that I have. And you do need a plan for that, okay? If you just kind of go with the flow, then you can kind of be all over the place. And I was actually thinking about, you know, maybe looking at this self-advertisement, and maybe I'll do a video on it. If you have a business idea, and this is just about facing the fear of rejection. I can just hear like somebody digging like in the gravel out the front. I know it's probably a cat, but okay, I don't know if you can pick that up. The confidence. I might be able to recommend some books actually if you're looking at really going into business, and because you really want to be working like kind of on your doorstep. Most of us kind of flee away from where we live. We don't really want to promote ourselves right on our doorstep, and that's the fear of rejection. And yeah, it took me a long time to be able the confidence to even be able to go and knock on somebody's door, to be able to advertise myself, and to actually do public speaking. Back in 2011, if anybody asked me to kind of get up to do like a testimonial, or to a little testimonial, not even like a training session, I would go into panic mode. I felt like I needed scripts that I would have to work on maybe 2 days for. And now I can just, it's just so easy to allow it to flow. It's just be you. You can't really do anything wrong. You can't really say anything wrong. It just comes out. So opportunities are going to be coming your way, but make sure that you're not kind of slacking in your own self-promotion. Time to get confident. Ultimate potential, you have the strength. It's time to take action. Opportunities are out there for you. They're not all going to be delivered to your door. You're going to have to knock on some. And maybe some that were closed. They might be kind of just opened up a little. Maybe now's the right time. If you get the audio of Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, he speaks fantastically in there about how when he wanted a job, he decided where he wanted to work, and then he wrote a letter every day to the company. That was in the end. He started off just kind of like maybe once a week, and then in the end, they pulled him in because he just made it quite blatantly obvious that he wanted to work for them, and I imagine it intrigued them. So, okay, let's move on. I'm just having a look, see if we've got anything. What is it that I do? I'm just me. That's what I do. I can do many things, and I just kind of put all those things together. What do? I like to say, if I was to give myself a title above tarot reader, it would be a life coach, personal development coach. I could do a bit of business development. But I found that really when I was helping people to build businesses, it wasn't about building businesses, it was about building people. So, okay, so what do? I'm just me. I just spread happiness everywhere I go. Cool. Yeah, pretty cool job. I met someone the other day and they asked me what I'd done, and they said, how cool is that? You just get to do what you love, and I just get to be me. I'm pleased that I come across as being lovely and comforting. That's a good thing. Okay, let's pull some more cards. Should we have a look and see what the mermaids and dolphins want to say? I think we're already pulling together a bit of a story here for the working week. We've got to tap into our ultimate potential, get studying. Okay. It's really good to have focus on something else as well, about creating those dreams that you know are going to come true for you if you keep the faith and you're knowing what you're wanting. Okay. Don't shortchange yourself. Okay. It's amazing. Once you put things down on paper, you kind of handed it over. It's like, imagine that you have a catalogue and you're going to put in your order, okay, and you send your order off. You don't then reorder everything, do you? It's coming. Okay. It's like booking a holiday. You don't then go and book another one for the same week in case that one doesn't happen. It's just about having faith, and we've got dream big. Let go of small thoughts about yourself and see yourself succeeding. Dream big. In the past, you may have seen yourself as insignificant. This card asks you to release any thoughts or feelings of inferiority. Truly believe that you are utterly qualified for any endeavour you can dream about. And even Jasper agrees. Is that right, Jasper? Okay, the boy's spoken. He's telling us to dream big. In the past, you may have seen yourself as insignificant. This card asks you to release any thoughts or feelings of inferiority. Truly believe that you are utterly qualified for any endeavour you can dream about. Write down a list of your fears about moving forward, and then down, well, you could, drown. And then drown those fears by putting the paper into a bucket or large bowl of water. Then take a cleansing shower, bath or swim. The water seals your new way of seeing yourself, as you are in truth and equal to all other children of God. I love that. It's like, maybe make a toast to yourself. You like seal the deal. Okay, write those fears down, okay, on a piece of paper. So write down a list of your fears about moving forward, and then drown those fears by putting the paper into a bucket or large bowl of water. Then celebrate. Toast yourself. Then take a cleansing shower, bath or swim. The water seals your new way of seeing yourself, as you are in truth and equal to all other children of God. Yeah. Don't cut yourself off from something that you're entitled to. That's an awesome card, isn't it? What's going on this side? Yes, tell us what we need to do. It's hard to tell someone what they need to do. You do figure it out along the way, but you never know what you're going to hear or say, and that's why it's so good to study. Okay, from different teachers, different mentors. You'll pick up a bit from everybody, and then you can kind of design yourself. Okay, so you believe that being me is your calling. It most definitely is, okay? And I've no idea how to get from here to there. That's the thing. You're not meant to have any idea. Just go with the flow. It will happen naturally, okay? And if I could say to anybody, this whole journey happens naturally. If we could just kind of surrender, you're going to feel what you're going to feel. And you're just going to have to allow it just to come up. And you will just start to feel so much better. You'll come to a deeper understanding. The worst thing to do is trying to have control over it. Okay. How do you let go of your career path? That's another tough one. Just you'll know when the time's right. If your heart's not in it, you do need to kind of be brave and face the fear. I am the mother of mothers. Very soothing voice. Thank you very much. Again, I can't really give you advice on how to leave your job. Either something will happen. Did you say it's actually your job, or you just don't want it to be your career path? Okay, something will happen. If you don't do anything, don't worry too much about it. The universe will definitely redirect you if it needs to. Okay. You are capable of anything. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Doesn't say it will, okay, but it can. But whatever the mind can conceive and believe is possible. Okay, it's all your belief. Yeah, I think that's fantastic to have your own kind of Facebook page with inspirational posts, and just like me with the channel, don't worry about how many subscribers you got, how many likes. You do it because you want to do it. Because I do this because this makes me feel better, and apparently it makes you feel better as well. So you know, that's happy days all round for me. If I didn't do this, I wouldn't really have any idea about the collective energy unless I was kind of watching tarot readings. But I feel that this kind of sets me up for the day. I might as well just turn on the camera and share it with you what the collective message is. So, okay. It is a very lovely idea to toast yourself. We're a beautiful vision of the future. I'm going to raise my coffee now. I don't really drink alcohol. That would be funny to see me slightly tipsy. Only takes a little bit. We drink coffee. Okay. Yeah, I think that, yeah, absolutely. Mission does come in every walks of life. And sometimes the jobs that we maybe don't enjoy at a time, you realise you had to learn some things, because when we kind of go into, like I said, maybe 2020 and into the future, those skills that you picked up from them crappy jobs, okay, or things that you saw going on behind the scenes, they're the things you're going to be able to change. You're put everywhere for a reason. Okay, so none of them past employments or career choices were pointless. Okay, that's how I like to look at it. I see many of my past careers actually come into use now, bringing forth a lot of skill that I didn't realise I was going to need, and incorporating them all. So you'll know, you'll just know whether you've got to have a passion for what you do, and it can take so long to get there. To find something that when you wake up in the morning, you actually want to get to work, you want to get up, you want to get ready, you want to turn on the camera, you want to share the love. You know you're on the right path then. Okay. Yeah, just keep believing, that's it. This too shall pass. It's my favourite phrase at the moment. Okay, we've got a few comments here, I'm not sure. So there are happy endings. Of course there are. If you don't believe there's happy endings, then we're kind of done, aren't we? So of course there's happy endings. You have to have faith in divine. Okay. Patience is coming. You're not the only person that hears patience is coming. He is healing, healing, healing. And the amount of people that I have saying, I've had enough of hearing this, well, have enough of it then. Move on. You know, the fact is that you will have to move on. All the time that we're kind of waiting and he's healing. I send love every day, all the time. I've got a bit of a soft spot for the divine masculines. I don't know. They're little boys. That's how I kind of see them. And it's like, oh, and they're on their own path and they will be helped. You have to have faith that they are healing, regardless of whether or not they're actually going to be in a relationship with you. You have to have faith that that divine is taking care of that, but we need to take care of us and not have our intentions on how the divine masculines are getting on with their healing process. So it's just one of those parts of the journey that you just have to go through it until you really do get kind of pissed off with yourself with kind of, where are they? We keep hearing the same stuff. Yes, we do keep hearing the same stuff, but I see the progression in the energy, and I see the progression in our story, and we're starting to move away from it being that love relationship, like as in with another person that we're just seeking for. That comes as a reward, the prize. We have to be into some kind of mission work, okay, and stable and secure, because that connection can definitely derail you. And if we're coming together as a collective with our divine counterparts, okay, we don't really want to be like scattered. We need to be knowing what our vision is and our future potential looks like, so that we can kind of go for that, and we're not going to be pulled back because we've still got so much healing to do. It's part of the journey. Oh, you feel the same way about the DMs. Yeah, no one ever wants to really badmouth the DMs in front of me. It's like, for one, that isn't showing very divine feminineness. We don't badmouth anybody. we get to the point of being unconditional love. And all the time that we are still holding on to resentment and grudges and we're impatient, then obviously we need to work on that. We just have to accept that that's just what we're, you put pressure on us, what comes out? Impatience, frustration. So it really is just a reflection of us. Okay. The silent treatment might actually be the depression that can come with healing. The silent treatment is most definitely needed. There has to be some form of separation. Okay. Yeah, sending them energy. Yeah, straight from the heart, straight to theirs. Visualize that cord. Okay. Talk with them in your mind. If you feel that they're nervous, they may be talking with you. So try and calm them down. Be the divine feminine, whether you're masculine, in the divine feminine's energy. Show compassion. Yeah, just send that, and just have faith that divine, just like they have done with us, they will do with the divine masculines. But it's all in order that one day we will really understand all this. Okay. You could shoot the Page of Pentacles. Oh, but yeah, the cards do still keep coming up, and it is a collective thing. It's not just like one reader, so the energy is most definitely out there. But pay attention, it's shifting. It's shifting. Oh, that's lovely that your DM reached out and you heard from him. That's beautiful. You're getting the silent treatment now. Yes, it is part of the, it's very painful. It's very, very painful. Okay. Yeah, that's just make sure that's the last message there. Me and my DM would always go silent on each other when there was love discovered or shared between us. Also other reasons as well though too. Yeah, you find that between the divine masculine and the divine feminine, when it comes to like talking about the love or how they feel about each other, guards can most definitely come up. It's like the taboo subject. It's too intense. And also I've spoken to some twins, divine masculine, divine feminine, who are in union. So they are twin flames. Okay, I like to call twin flames like when you're actually in mission. Okay, you've come together. I don't tend to use the terminology too much. We're divine masculine, divine feminine within. We come complete, and then our twins should be automatically like drawn to us or ignited. Okay. And she was trying to explain to me, she was the runner, and it was that she wouldn't allow her twin to just see her even for an hour. And I was like, why not? Even though they would travel, 2 hours just to have that 1 hour with you. And I was like, why not? Do you understand how much that means to your other twin? They would probably travel halfway around the world just to spend an hour with you. And she said, because the goodbye was too much. So rather not have it unless it was for maybe a longer period of time, but it's a separation. When you're separated, you kind of go your own ways, put up your barriers, and you try and get on with life. But it is the separation. It's actually the parting of the connection. If you imagine the yin yang coming together, okay, so they come together and they create this harmony, and then you have to separate ways. It's like you don't want to, and in complete chaos when they're pulled apart until they kind of are drawn back together again. I hope that made sense. Yeah, most definitely a North energy. And I think you have to kind of go away and really have a think about what happened. Not just that, but more than likely you were both very open, honest, showed each other sides that maybe you didn't show to anybody else before. And then you go away and you realise there's that part of you. And that's scary. That love's scary. Okay. Let's move on. Let's pull a Power of Love card. Jasper seems to be the one who's rather active during the live, so evolution. You realise that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. I'm sure we had this card the other day. Let's read it anyway. It's definitely coming in with these cards. Life in the physical dimension is all about your soul's evolution. And you now understand that the quickest way, the quickest way to evolve is to utilize the energy of love in all you do. Every day you are presented with opportunities to project your loving energy tempered with understanding. Acknowledge each day that allows you to become aware of the world around you, offering you the chance to expand spiritually. Look upon each experience and person as something you need to learn from, because that is what you signed up for. That's why you are here. You spiritually evolve when knowledge gained through application of lessons and integration of truths resonate within your being. It can be difficult to grow without stepping outside your comfort zone. This is where the virtues of faith and hope are tested, and you embrace the conviction that everything works out for good. The power of love is the infinite truth. With this power, you are not influenced by judgment or bitterness. With it, all things are understood, accepted, and forgiven. When aligned with love, you are able to see the common threads running through everyone and everything. You become aware that all is a part of the greater whole. The mindfulness that truth is bigger than your ego, as well as gratitude for every experience you have, is an important aspect of your evolution. And that's really just what I've been speaking about. You have to go through the lessons, you have to learn. Okay. Yeah, it's quite horrific, isn't it? Leaving. Don't like goodbyes. They're the harshest things they are. You normally find that you may have an argument just before you have a disagreement, kind of just before you part ways. And I don't know whether the divine masculines think that that makes it easier for the separation. I don't know, but yeah, we can turn to drink, drugs, to help with the pain. Yeah, it's hard. I don't really know how I feel about blocking. I think you can distance yourself, but I've not really ever been in a situation where I've needed to block somebody. They will do what's right for them. Of course they will. Destruction. Yeah, the separation's good. It's a good time to find you. That's what I'm appreciating. I'm absolutely loving discovering who I am and getting used to this freedom. Yeah, the physical world is a representation of our soul's evolution. Yeah, I love that too. Okay, let's carry on. Let's get a Sacred Destiny card then. I will pull some tarot and we'll get a little story together for the week. But how it stands here on the table is take action, strength, ultimate potential, opportunity, evolution, and dream big. Let's see what the Sacred Destiny Oracle would like to say. Thriving. I'm just going to read what the Sacred Landscape wants you to know. We had this card the other day, I know, because it's a really beautiful card. And what I noticed in it, I don't know if anyone else picked up this with the sync, but when I held up this card, Lily jumped up onto my lap She was facing the other way, but she looked like she was in competition with this giraffe. And then when I put the card down, she like lay down on my lap. It was she was mirroring the card. I just thought it was quite funny. Let's read this. The sacred landscape wants you to know, if you draw this card, you are a survivor. And not only do you survive, but you use situations that others might find challenging to thrive. You expand when others shrink. This may be the time to adapt to your circumstances rather than be overcome by them. You have a remarkable ability to step beyond any challenge. You are strong. Others may find shelter in your energy, and right now that's okay. Through giving to others, you are in turn nourished. This card may be urging you to step into your primordial, powerful, wild part of yourself. Doing this will increase your vitality and continue and contribute to your overall well-being. It's time to have confidence in yourself. These cards are really shouting out this message here. It's time for you to thrive. Let's have a look what's going on. Yeah, it's not always lucky to be on this journey. It's definitely painful. Yeah, it's good to talk. Maybe it's over in your head first. Find it hard to explain my emotions out loud. That's because they're emotions. I try and say this to people. They're not words, are they? They're emotions. And we're experiencing all these different emotions that we've never come across before. So I'm not sure how we're meant to verbalise what it is that we're feeling. But you do come to, I think the best thing is that we're aware of it. We're aware. We're wanting to understand more. So that's quite beautiful here. It all makes sense in your head, and I think that that's all that matters. It just needs to kind of sit well with you. Journaling helps me. Brilliant. Or even just making videos for yourself. Yes, I would say to everyone, start videoing yourself. Build your confidence up. When we're out there, out and about, people are looking at, that's why I don't really worry too much about, I maybe only look into the mirror, a couple of times a day, but every time I come across someone, I'm not really conscious about, how I'm looking, how my hair is in that moment. So get used to seeing yourself. Just remember that you're looking out from inside out. So, yeah, unless you're going to walk around with a paper bag when you realise that people are actually looking at your face and your facial movements, because it's mostly the expressions that we make and you don't like, get used to watching yourself back. We all have these I've kind of got over them now, but we all at some point have these insecurities. Okay. They'll be ready to talk about things when they're ready to talk about things. That's kind of what I want to say. You can't really force somebody to talk. When you have the knowing and you have the clarity within, it will just flow. The divine will just flow. That's why it's important not to think too much about things. It will all just come out naturally. And that even goes for any arguments that you have. And try not to beat yourself up. If maybe one day you're a bit harsh with somebody, maybe you're just being divinely directed to be that way, as long as you're aware of your behaviour. Okay, right. Let's get this part wrapped up soon, I think. Let's have a look at the well-being cards. Can I tell how long? Oh, 49 minutes we've been on for. These are Esther and Jerry Hicks cards, The Teachings of Abraham. Go onto YouTube, put in Abraham Hicks. When I first started studying Abraham, I came across Abraham just before my husband made his transition, because Abraham kind of really helped. I was mostly tapped like this. When my husband was terminally ill, I found myself, with a lot of spare time in between kind of looking after him. So I would just plug into personal development. And with Abraham, you can test them on anything. Abraham is a collective consciousness, okay? Speaking through a lady called Esther Hicks. And you can just put anything. Abraham Hicks on raising children. Abraham Hicks on true love. Abraham Hicks, how do I change my career? How do I know if I'm in the right? Use it as kind of like an encyclopedia. Try it. I envision more and act less. Once you get the kind of the skill of this, you don't really need to do anything. You just need to visualize it, okay? That's why people are scared to dream. They're scared to dream. As you take the time to find images in your mind that are pleasing, you will more often achieve vibrational alignment with all things that you desire. From that alignment, you will experience more inspired ideas and assistance from others. Inspired action is very satisfying and extremely productive. I spoke about the goal boards. So maybe before next week's working week, I don't know how you guys can send me photos. Suppose you could do it on email. You take some pictures of some goal boards that you do, okay? And I think I need to work on a new one, so I can maybe share with you guys what I do. But let's put that down for doing this week. I practice the science of deliberate creation. Giving thought to anything is creation. Giving thought to anything is creation. Giving deliberate thoughts to anything is deliberate creation. Want a new car? What kind of car do you want? Want to go travel the world? Whereabouts? How many homes would you like? What kind of projects would you like to get involved in, to actually be in charge of? Your brain can just go redesign your wardrobe. Go back to what it was like when you were younger and you would dream big. It's about dreaming big here, guys. Look how she's looking through the eye of this butterfly. And that kind of reminds me of what's it going to look like through your transformation when you're on the other side and divine is just delivering. But do you have a catalogue of things that you're like requesting? Okay. Start to deliberately create. I want to get one more from here. Yeah, every emotion I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being. I was saying to you, it's about how we feel. We've got to kind of hook onto how we feel. Okay. So every emotion I feel is guidance from my adoring inner being. Because my inner being offers a strong and steady vibrational signal, I can always feel my allowance or resistance to that signal. The better I feel, the more aligned I am. The worse I feel, the more out of alignment I am. As I reach for good feeling emotions, I am in alignment with the signal of my source. Okay, so I believe this week we're really going to be working on kind of that vibration of being in alignment, and actually we're going to be deliberately creating now. Exciting. It is when they start to manifest, okay, and you realise that you would deliberately created that. Okay, let's have a look. What's going on here? You want to be able to dream more. You know, some people find it extremely hard to dream. I remember speaking to a lady down at the shop, and she was very Mrs. Doom and Gloom, okay? And I would always say to her, come on, have you got anything exciting to look forward to? And she'd be like, no. And I say, well, what do you want to do? You must want to travel somewhere. And she's like, no, I don't really like flying. And I'm like, okay, well, somewhere in this country then. Or there must be a hobby you want to take up. And this lady had nothing. Anyway, so I lent her. What were we doing with all this lending? Okay, I left her with the challenge that next time I saw her, I wanted at least, 2 things off of a bucket list. That's another thing. Work on a bucket list. You only have to Google bucket list ideas, and there's some great material out there that will get you going with that. So write down 100. Okay, 1 to 100. and your aim is, leave it on your table, and every time, okay, you think of something else you want to do, write it down. Your bucket list, 100, that will keep you busy for a while. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, dreaming that way. I meant dream state. Yeah, there's some crazy dreams going on at the moment. Yeah. Lots of messages coming through. Sorry, guys, I'm not really keeping up with the flow of these. That's good. That's cool. We'll carry on dreaming big. Don't stop. Anything is possible. That's too right. That is, yeah. Okay. Let's pull some tarot cards. Let's just use the Rider-Waite. Look at this on the bottom of the deck here. I want to say kind of like, don't focus on what the Divine Masculine's doing. Focus on what you're doing. The only person you really need to be focusing on and the vision, have a vision for, is yourself. You can include your divine counterpart in the equation, so you can imagine what life is going to be like with you, but that doesn't mean that you don't do it unless they're there. Okay, they kind of fit into the equation. It'll be flexible. You'll have new dreams, new ideas, but you need to know what you want. Okay, because there's a lot of people out there that don't know what they want. Okay, we've got the Six of Swords. We've got moving on here. We've got Resurrection. We've got the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Wands. The moving on card. I was going to say going to calmer waters, but it feels here very much the masculine's energy is looking at resurrecting. Their passion will be ignited. Well, guys, okay, what else does the universe want to give? Because we've got the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. And we've got conflict. So Divine Feminine, or I feel it's a Divine Feminine at the moment that is most definitely there, needing to dream big. But this is really coming on with the Divine Masculine's energy. Moving on. It's time for them to move on, but they're having conflict. So they're being offered the resurrection. They're being offered the opportunity for passion. They're being offered the abundance. They have conflicts about returning. They have conflicts about having their happily ever after, most definitely. Let's get one more. They're scared of a long-term commitment. They're scared to be happy. They are, they're not confident that things will work out. Quite fearful of marriage. I don't know if I said that. Let's show you these cards. Look at all this that the divine is thrusting, I want to say. I'm not sure if the Divine Masculine here is turning his back on it, but he's wanting to move off to calmer waters. If you listen to Abraham Hicks, they talk about paddling against the current, that you don't need to. You kind of you don't really need to paddle at all. You kind of drop the oars, the boat would just follow the current. The best ride, really. Okay. But most go against the current. To achieve, they think that they've got to strive, not thrive. Okay, so there's this force here, and I feel maybe the masculines are still, going against the current here. They're making it harder than what it needs to be. We have the universe offering the resurrection here. It's an opportunity to resurrect, an opportunity to have a passionate new beginning, adventure, and also the abundance. It's not often that these three would come out. We don't have the cup of love. We don't have the unconditional love being offered at the moment. So the prosperity is being offered if the Divine Masculine, I want to say, actually drops that oar or that wand that he's, well, it can be an oar because we're talking about the sword, so they're not even They're not even wooden. So he has his awe. I believe he just needs to let go. Allow the resurrection to happen naturally. Follow his passion. The abundance will be delivered. But then we have him in conflict here. Now, this is the boyish kind of behaviour about returning, about growing up. I felt here, this figure here needs to grow up and be a bit more mature in love. The Ten of Cups is here, being offered. It's kind of like the happily ever after. And the masculines are feeling the weight of it. They're feeling burdened down. I want to say they're really burdened down regarding, you know, this opportunity that they know is becoming available to them. Does look like he's on his way home, though. He just needs to release these burdens. And I feel like they're like the burdens that we all kind of carry on. From society, when you, what's the word I want to use? When you participate in life, you carry so many burdens. We were talking at the beginning of this reading really about how we kind of want to be more tranquil and just flow through, just go with the flow through life. Well, we've got the Tower, so the universe has struck the divine masculine's foundations. It's like he's being pushed to address being a giver of love. But because he's facing the Knight of Wands coming to him, who doesn't look that real happy, I feel the divine masculine really feels like he's being pressurized. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and I feel that's the divine feminine's energy. The Divine Mother. Okay. I'm just having a look, see if we, needs to listen to his heart instead of his head. Love versus fear. He'll get there. That's the right comment. That's the right response there. He will get there. Okay. I'm going to clarify. Let's use the Everyday Tarot. Let's look at the Six of Swords. What's going on with the masculine energy here? I felt here as if the divine was saying there is no current. It's like everything's quite still. And I feel like the divine masculine's putting in effort that doesn't really maybe need to be there. Because things do look still on the other side. So these can be unnecessary challenges. The Nine of Swords. I feel this is the divine feminine's energy tiring. We spoke about this, tiring of the masculines. We could say doing it the hard way. So there's a deflation here with the Nine of Swords. The Resurrection. It feels here the divine masculine really does need to make a decision. He needs to make a choice regarding resurrecting. Maybe he needs to dream a bit. It could actually be that once the divine feminine start dreaming, doing these goal boards, it could have a knock-on effect and inspire the masculines to want more. It's worth a try, just for yourself anyway. But it has a knock-on effect to your counterpart. Okay, so passion's been ignited. I feel here, this is what the divine masculine may receive. He may all of a sudden start wanting to talk about his own passions, looking into the truths of what ignites him. And then in comes the Ace of Pentacles. The Nine of Wands. It's a masculine energy here, needing to be spiritually strong, and I feel this is taking the chance to kind of go through these wands here. It's like it's a wall. He's come through. You leave the past behind. He's a little bit battered here. But it's like he's through to now move on to the promised land. Then we have the conflict. So look at this boyish conflict here about, I don't know whether or not he feels he's grown up enough for it. Yeah, the hangman. He's just not making, he's just unsure. I'm sure we'll find out why. But he's unsure. He's becoming more enlightened, but he's pausing. He's actually looking at the Six of Cups here about returning. It's whether or not he's mature enough to return, the Hermit. He's just not sure about coming out of the dark. It's like he's kind of got the Divine Feminine here in a lantern. It's like, I'll just keep her safe in here rather than kind of facing her in the physical. So it's like he holds a torch for the Divine Feminine, but then we have the Ten of Cups. Ace of Wands. I do feel something ignites his passion. I've got two cards here that want to. We've got the Queen of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups here. So the Queen of Cups is being balanced in your emotions. This just really reminds me of how you would be if you were balanced in your masculine and feminine energies. The Queen of Cups, Queen of Pentacles. So not only has the Divine Feminine found her balance, maturity, I want to say, her emotional balance, but also she is working very much on her projects and her future, looking after her future. That's lovely. And the passion's been ignited. So I feel whatever's going on here, the Divine Feminine, you are preparing for your Ten of Cups. It's like, know what that looks like. There's a burden on the masculines here. This might not be a decision that the masculine, they may not have vision like that. So it's like Divine Feminines, make sure that you do. So that, and then you can at least give ideas and you know the direction that you're going on or going in. There's something about you don't want to be two lost souls, not knowing where they're going. Okay. Yeah, the Divine Masculine, there's that Ace of Cups, so it has shown its face here. That's what he's struggling with, is the unconditional love. Having it all, the Ten of Cups. So the Tower's here. The universe has spoken. Feels very icy where the Divine Masculine is. It's like it's very icy surroundings, cold. The Devil. Cold, but quite hot. The Devil. Yeah. Who said about coming out of hell? That kind of thing. I was going to say because it's lacking like the love that would warm things up, but the Devil has shown his face with the Tower here. Now their connection is cut here. I do feel the foundations were very cold. And now the Divine Masculine is, I want to say, being encouraged to like deliver an offer of love. And Two of Swords. It will be unexpected. And I believe that's why the feminines, you know, just focus on your purpose for being here and what you have planned. And I believe it comes in. There's just something that the Divine Masculine still needs to work on. So we think it might be something the Divine Feminine needs to work on. Something as simple as about having vision. There's always things that we need to do. Okay. The World. I'm going to have to just clarify this one a bit because I'm a little bit stumped by, oh, okay, the Divine Masculine doesn't really want to come in with just this passionate energy, like a sexual passionate energy. I do believe that he wants to be able to, it's like the Divine Feminine is the world. He's not sure what he can offer her. And she's looking at the love. Oh, clicky shoulder again. What's going on with this shoulder? Keep clicking. Okay. But she's looking here from the World card to the Knight of Cups, the love. We'll leave it there. And then we'll go to the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Wife card, commitment, security, stability. She's a provider. She's a comforter. She doesn't need much, just love. The Four of Wands, there's a connection. About building, the Divine Feminine building this connection for herself and her future counterpart. That's beautiful. What's the bottom of the decks? The Star. Now, this talks about your creativity, your inspiration, getting your creative juices going, flowing. Well, I feel like whatever's going on behind her back is going to be going on, okay? You've got no control over that, but her focus is here. Wishing upon a star. How many of them wishes can you get down on paper? Very Divine Feminine focus this week. Okay. So that's good. That's something to work on for the week. It's 11157, what it was. Keep seeing 57 everywhere. It doesn't go away. Okay, let's have a look. What's going on over this side, guys? I will read back all this later on. Okay, I think you're just having some general chit-chat, which is cool. That's good. Okay. Let's get an Oracle of Shadows and Light. Right, you decide, Rumi or Mother Mary to end on. I agree, I think, Pandora. Rumi. Rumi, it's Rumi, it is. Rumi, there you go. Yeah, I think let's end on the Rumi. Yeah, I'm just going to read this one out. I knew when I started this journey, it was always in divine time. So I needed to move forward regardless of what he does or doesn't do. It's so hard to do that though, isn't it? And that is something that just gets easier with time, because the amount of times that you think that you've kind of moved on and then something else kind of comes to kind of shake you up again. So yeah, we all know what we need to do. But again, we're dealing with emotions and trying to make maybe sense of them instead of, just allow them to flow. Okay, let's do this Oracle of Shadows and Light. I think Rumi has most definitely won today. Okay, whoa. I'm going to take that one. I don't want to take that top one. This one wanted to come out. Let's work on getting this wrapped up. Two Little Witches, magical space clearing time. That's what we're doing, guys. We're like doing the final cleanup here so that we're all good to go into 2020. Card number 30. About the two little witches. From out of the shadows come the two little witches, solemn and sincere. They fix you with their clear green and blue gaze and ready you for the magic that is the broom they are about to pass on to you. And what is the magical secret of this broom? Why that it can sweep. Okay. Me. I'm losing the flow here. Let's finish my coffee. It's the clean up time. Okay. Why that it can sweep clear any old, stale energy that is lurking about you at the moment. Take this broom and see it whisk all by itself once, twice, 3 times. Shiver shins around your house, your hearth, your home, and it will clear out all that is hiding in the shadows of the corners and the underneath of the rooms of your soul and home. Okay, I like how it says that you don't really need to do anything. Take this broom and see it whisk all by itself once, twice, 3 times. Okay. Widoshins is the traditional direction for clearing energy. It means against the sun, and in the northern hemisphere, to go widoshins is to direct energy in a counterclockwise direction. In the southern hemisphere, it is to direct energy clockwise. When it is done, they clap their hands 3 times, and the broom returns to their arms, and they move on to the next home that needs their help. But now that is done, okay, it's interesting, but now that is done, what will you fill your space and your life with? That is the greatest and trickiest choice of all, but one which only you can make. That's perfect. Okay, the 2 little witches speak. Looks like they've got some kind of little chant going on here. Okay. Out, and from within, we cleanse this space from trouble and din. Out, let all be gone, and make this space a cheerful home. We are here to cleanse and clean. We are creatures in between. We will work from dusk till dawn to ensure energy is reborn. We leave it clear and bright and blank, and for this task we ask no thanks. But we do wish you well in this. May all brought in create your bliss. May all brought in create your bliss. Okay. They work from dusk till dawn. Whilst you're sleeping, you're going to get clearing of the energy. Okay, divination message. Make the mundane work for you. It's time to conduct a house clearing, followed by a house blessing. Here is an easy pointer. New locations, either the smallest of changes for household objects or rearrangements of what goes where in your bedroom, or an entire move is very much on your mind when these twin witches show up with their brooms of power. If there's anything keeping you back from making that change, please make small, useful, and symbolic gestures. Shift the furniture and clear away what you no longer need. Whenever we make a change, we always rediscover stuff we've been hanging on to, stuff that weighs us down without our even realizing it was there. It's time for a space clear for you. Brilliant. Okay, we know that. Let's end on a roomie, guys. You saw a wand cloud, maybe that might help. Yeah, get that magic wand out. Room by room in your house. Do it in little bite-sized pieces. I do like to set my alarm on my clock for an hour and just focus on a task just for that time until the alarm goes off. You can get a lot done. If it's just one thing a day, it accumulates. It feels good. Just like when you don't do the housework, it accumulates. So get into the habit of just doing those little bits. It's nice to have a clear, clean home. I value my home so much. It's one of the places that I really do want to feel good in. Okay. Let's get a roomie then, guys. And we're going to end up, we're going to end this reading. Okay. The Cloak of Christ, card number 4. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. The King's throne. Willow, do you remember that phrase that I said was good? That was something to do with the king. I said that it was important that it had been said. Okay, just something I was talking about earlier on, and it was to do with the kings. Something about the king getting a move on. Anyway, okay. I'm sure it'll come back. Let me start again. I'm distracted now. In the school of humanity, when you become intimate with God, you reside on the King's throne and teach the angels the nature of the divine. My sacred brother, he who shares my heart and yours, beaten as one in harmony with the great unending love, brings you the mantle of his protection. Do you imagine that there is any part of your life, of your body, of your soul that is outside the realm of his divine love and protection? Offer all to him, leave nothing cast aside. He and I together receive you absolutely without condition now. The compassion born out of your own struggles tempers the karmic weight of divine justice. We have been through the same journey you are taking now, sweet divine soul. In oneness with the divine heart, we know of your efforts and your struggles. So what is bestowed upon you now is the restoration of forgiveness, of kindness, and of mercy. My sacred brother speaks to you. He shall receive your darkness and your light, the angel of your heart and the demon of your fear. Nothing is greater than my brother's love for you. Nothing is greater than my holy passion for you. Take refuge under the cloak of Christ, the mantle of my sacred brother, and know that you are held in our loving sanctuary. And that's what you have to just keep coming back to. The divine masculine is very much held in this loving sanctuary in the cloak of Christ. Okay. Let's read this. I do feel it is more towards the divine masculine, what's going on with them. You are tired, beloved. Your soul has been ravaged inside and out, and you are succumbing to struggle that is not karmic or necessary, but a symptom of fatigue and weariness of heart, mind, body, and soul. That which plagues you, whether something specific or a general nagging, malaise, or anxiety you cannot quite pin down, is not as powerful as you fear. You are being given a grace here and now that it may be overcome. Remember, your reactions are a symptom of your exhaustion and a sign that you need respite, sanctuary, and restoration. They are not a sign that something must be done, so much as a sign that something must be received, allowed. That something is healing made possible through divine protection. In this instance, protection is bestowed through the cloak of the Christ. This cloak is a sacred container that places your body and soul within the loving energy of the Christ consciousness. This unconditionally loving energy is not limited to the being bearing its name, but is shared by Rumi and many other holy ones. It is typified by wholeness. There is nothing within you that would cause the Christ to turn away from you, not even those parts of you that may fill you with fear, shame, guilt, or regret. He and Rumi are sacred brothers, loving and supportive of each other, and they see your soul as one of their family, one of their own. You are so loved by them both equally and without measure. Can you allow yourself to take refuge in this knowledge? To feel it, not only as an idea, nourishing as that is, but as a visceral reality where you complete the sacred honour and ritual and allow yourself to feel the peace and receive healing. The knowledge of the Christ's unconditional love for you is a safe space, a place to fall into when you are struggling. It is a sacred container for your healing process, an energetic field that is stronger and more enduring than even the greatest fears or doubts. The purpose of this sacred container is to provide you with a feeling of being held, especially for those times when you are feeling that you cannot hold yourself. Sometimes we just need permission to break down, to really let go, to come apart and be dissembled, so that we can break through, be lifted up, and come together in a new, more spiritually coherent and loving form to move forward. For you, this is essential. There is a person, place, thing, or belief that has come to be like a manacle around your wrist, or an iron ball and leg iron, preventing you from moving forward with the grace you have earned spiritually. You are being empowered here to shed that. Don't hesitate. Let yourself be cloaked in the Christ energy and receive the spiritual assistance you deserve now. There is a reason for this. The unfolding of your life purpose is taking a turn for the better, and your energy is required to fuel that new life. Okay, it just goes on to say if we picked another card, which we haven't. Just remember that whenever we are asked to release something, it is because the divine wishes to fill our hearts and hands with more. Do not hold on to scraps, for the fear that the feast will be denied to you. Use your nose. Smell the feast awaiting you. Okay. I'm going to do the sacred honor ritual, and I'll come back to the chat, and we should wrap this up. Okay, so open your arms wide above your head and tip your gaze gently up towards the heavens. If you are inside, imagine or intend that you can gaze beyond the physical structure of the ceiling right into the sky that lies above. Lower your arms to prayer position at your heart and say aloud, if possible, Rumi and Jesus Christ, who love me without condition, offer me the cloak of the Christ, the mantle of divine protection, now, that I may receive the karmic grace and healing I need through the power and mercy of your presence. Thank you. Sit quietly and imagine you are surrounded by a dark, comforting cloak. You can easily breathe through it. You can easily see light within it, or flittering through it if needs be. Or you may feel comfortable in the darkness. Let it be whatever is most relaxing and soothing for you. You may even imagine it to be the night sky dappled with stars wrapping around you. Close your eyes and relax now for as long as feels good. That may be for a minute, for 15 or 20 minutes, or longer. Just be with what feels appropriate and best for you at this time. When you feel you are ready to arise from your rest, simply place your hands at your heart and say thank you. You may notice strong energetic sensations or emotions during this process or in the day following. You may notice repetitive thought patterns that you need to confront and challenge with more loving thoughts. You may have significant dreams in the evening following also. It may be very subtle for you, so much so that you wonder if anything has happened, and if it has worked. It has. The effect will be demonstrated at the right time. Trust. So, trust, divine feminines. Let's focus on goal setting for the week. Okay, what do you think? Let's have a look. Oh, I'm pleased. Hopefully the live went well. I'm not obviously sure how you kind of like what you saw, but I'm hoping it went well. It felt like it wasn't too bad, was it? For a first attempt. Okay. I'm out of coffee. I do have orange juice though. Something about getting their roller skates on, yeah. I'm just what Willow's saying. Oh, the King of Pentacles. You're more than welcome, guys. That's cool. Maybe we'll do lives. Well, it's going to be easy for me. I don't have to wait for it to upload or anything, so it's straight on afterwards. So maybe we'll do more lives. I'd like to kind of maybe pre-warn you. Today was a lot of dabbling about with things that were new for me. So, okay. Clearing up your floods of tears. Let it out. It's all good. It's so cleansing to cry. Brilliant. That's cool. I'm pleased. I don't know. We've got 37 people on. That's good. Okay. Oh, can't get my words out now. I'm going to choke on my orange juice. Let's end on, you've got this. Okay, let's find these. And then I'm going to say goodbye, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. I look forward to doing it again. If I can talk, why am I losing my voice now? What's going on with my voice? Okay. Let's get wrapped up, guys. I think I've said enough. You have the power to change the world. You have the power to change your world and how you perceive it and how you experience it. Okay. Impossible is just one person's opinion. Yeah, I'm possible shouts out there, doesn't it? We're going to take this upper top one here. You are amazing. Do not forget it. Okay. Right, guys, I am going to love you and leave you all here. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Loads of amazing messages. That's awesome. That's what we want, some good messages coming through. Okay, thank you guys so much. I will catch up with you all soon, and much love. Take care. Bye for now.